looky here. It's the Pat and JT podcast.
Pat and JT podcast.
Fortunately, I don't know exactly who this text is from at 402-403-9478. But you were going through a laundry list of your exercise equipment you have in your house. Pretty legit stuff.
I do, and I think there's just a few things that I'm missing. I was thinking about that the other day. I was kind of inventory. Like, what else do I need down here?
I think you're missing members because this person would pay $10 gym fee to work out in your basement. Last four digits, it's 8707.
That's
so
hilarious.
I don't know who you are, but that's
I'm trying
funny.
to think. I got 1, 2, 3, about 5 stations.
I mean,
then floor work.
That's a good one.
There's wide open. You can jump rope in the basement.
Right. I mean,
it's high enough ceiling.
Body weight stuff, right? I mean, you don't need a ton of machines to get it.
On and on and tell you of all the benefits of it.
That's
right. Then I cannot explain why I'm not using it.
Those who don't do teach. This is from Amber, 402-403-9478. Autopsy is a fantastic podcast. She thinks we would both enjoy. And actually, Amber, sorry, I read that text earlier and I kind of dismissed it because I read it too fast. And I thought it was Autopsy's a fantasy podcast she thinks we would enjoy. So I'm like, I don't like fantasy podcasts. I'm glad I reread that, Amber.
I don't like fantasy, not the word autopsy.
Right. Autopsy, I'm down with.
You focus on fantasy.
I don't like fairies and elves.
Make believe. I need a podcast. That's funny.
Autopsy.
I was going to bring that up because I am done with. I think I've listened to every Epstein podcast that's out there, and I'm done. I don't have it, and I realized I don't have any more podcasts. I'm like, whoa, what happened here? Because I kind of ran. I don't know. I'm done listening to a couple that I listened to multiple episodes, like the one about the town, the made up town. I can't remember the name of it. I listened to several episodes of it. It's really funny because it's almost like a radio show that's happening in a small town. I can't remember the name of it, but anyway, it's very entertaining. But after so much, it's kind of
after a while, you just got to purge. Just be done with it for a little bit.
Yeah,
you'll go back and it'll be fresh again.
Right.
Yeah.
Exactly. I just need something else. I'll try Autopsy. If you have any other suggestions, let me know.
This is from Pam, one of Jack's top fans.
Oh.
It says, I'm so glad that you had Vers on. And that Jack got his toy back.
Yes.
If it wasn't already scheduled to come off the roof with the Christmas lights, I was going to volunteer one of my stepsons to come get it. However, they don't respond to anything quickly, so instead I would have offered Jack a new one. Happy Friday.
Thank you very much for that. Yeah, I still giggle when I think about that. And I meant to call their office, and I will call today. I'll call the office today at the company. I'll give them a shout out at Sunco. They've been taking care of my house and my yard and stuff like that for a long time, and always great guys, and always the nicest guys. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Like when you have people show up at your house, sometimes you go, always just the nicest guys, obviously, by the fact that I caught him and he didn't even know he's being recorded. It's like, okay, I got to go get the dog's toy now. And he didn't say it like he wasn't griping. He didn't call it the blankety blank dog.
But he did know in the back of his mind, he's a smart dude, that there are cameras probably everywhere on your property now. Since your bushes were talking to him. He's like, this chick's watching me from work. I know it.
It's time to be really polite. But I will call and give him a good word, so to speak, with the bosses.
We need to send Sunco over to our neighbor's house. They still have their Christmas lights not only up, but blinking. It is the 10th of January right now.
I unplugged them the 1st.
They didn't. They even have the weirdest. They have a baby dinosaur in their yard. It's green. We call her Baby Rexa. And
is it a T-Rex or is it more like a Dino?
No, it's a T-Rex. It's got little baby arms. I think probably they have baby arms. Whatever. It's a T-Rex.
Okay.
And then they have a little tiny, what's a little
baby
dog
Rex
with squatty legs? Not a Bashan, a Corgi. And it's big and it lights up. And then they have like a donkey. Like it's the most random.
Donkey can be kind of religious.
Not this donkey. Okay. It's like cartoony. It's weird.
It's
anyway,
like Shrek donkey?
Yeah, it's weird. And then so the lights are up and they're blinking. So hopefully by the end of this weekend.
Little kids?
No. No one under the age of probably driving. Anyway, so yeah, we need to send Sunco over there and have them.
Yeah, all the lights are down in my neighborhood. That was pretty...
I'm surprised. Usually, like in other neighborhoods I've lived in, lights were riding through sometimes February. Our neighborhood now gone except for the dinosaur holders.
What's really weird though is I've noticed of late the number of streetlights that are out. Where I take Jack in the morning to his daycare, a lot of the parking lot lights are out. and the lights on the front of their building are out. Now, all the lights inside, you can see the place is on and it's open, but it is like pitch black in the parking lot morning and evening when I'm dropping off, pick them up. And when I'm driving out of the circle, it is dark on the circle. I think there's one street light working on the whole circle.
That's not good.
No.
Is there like a hotline you call, like a lights out hotline?
I don't know. I'm going to have to figure that out because I just noticed that with the lights the last couple of mornings. Like, dang, it is dark out here. So no street lights.
Yeah, that's not a good thing.
I don't know what the problem is.
It seems to me like maybe they've all been shot out, ready for a mass robbery. Thank God you have a camera.
I'll get it all on film,
That's
so
right.
to speak.
No problem. Everything's going to be gone, but I'll have it all on film.
Watch them drive off with it. Great. That's awesome.
402-403-9478. And text us, leave us a voicemail, or It's Pat and JT, Facebook, Twitter, Instagram.
All right. So a couple of things. Posted video with a challenge for $1 million. Would you climb that ladder?
Not a chance.
Was that just ridiculous or what?
I couldn't watch. I fast forwarded to see just exactly what the person did at the very top of this little tower that she climbed up on.
Well, that was nerve wracking enough for me. It was because they didn't show her getting up from. Okay, and if you haven't seen it on Facebook, yeah, I did both. I think
I saw it on Facebook.
I think it was. I don't know. Anyway, I think it was both, and they're climbing a ladder up this tube. Essentially, it looked like it was a stack. But it was really tall. I don't know what the purpose of this thing was.
I don't either. And who knows if it was fake or not? I don't know. But it's like a large radio signal tower, basically. But it was enclosed.
It was round, and it had metal stairs going up the outside. And this girl's climbing up it.
I don't think there's no way
in a skirt.
Yeah, no way.
And it was like a drone was videoing her.
You describing
as she was going
again.
up. And she gets to the top, and there's no railing at the top.
I can't even. Literally, I think I'm going to wet my pants. Like, you know that feeling you get down there? I have that feeling right now.
Oh, and I'm doing it to myself.
Yes.
I know what you mean.
I can't.
And next thing you know, she's standing up, and she has one hand wrapped around like an antenna up there that's kind of larger than an antenna, but like a post. And she's kind of dangling off one side.
Nope.
And then the next, you're like, okay, I don't know how she got from the ladder standing upright. I would be on my hands and knees when I got up to the top, trying to get off the ladder but there wasn't enough
transitioning. I can't go wet my pants. Just transitioning from the ladder to the standing up position, knowing that eventually you're going to have to transition from the standing up position,
which is even worse.
It's awful. And no thanks to Frank Solich and Nebraska Cornhuskers. Back in 2000, when I was working in Tulsa, I made a bet with my radio partner, Chuck.
Yeah.
Nebraska versus Oklahoma. Nebraska was going to win. Kick 'em. We got beat. And there was a guy that was a great client of the station, and he owned a whole bunch of billboards around town. And he called in one morning and said, "Hey, listen, the loser has to do the morning show from the billboard." I'm like, "Yeah, suck it. Huskers are awesome. Sooners suck." Well, then after the game, I had completely forgotten about the bet, and I realized that this guy, he's like, "Okay, well, Monday you're going to be up on this billboard." And they picked the billboard, very visible, but but you climb up, it's like 80 or 90 feet, and you climb up the ladder. And once you get up, you can harness in, and you're okay. But it's the climbing up the ladder. There's no hooking on. And then there was from the top of the ladder to, I had to grab onto a post on the top. It was probably 3.5, 4 feet, where I had to climb up to the top, grab,
and pull yourself.
It was absolutely terrifying. Terrifying. And this woman, I don't know what. So no, there's not. I don't think there's an amount of money. I don't think my body would allow me to do that. I'm too scared of heights.
Climbing the ladder is one thing. It's just if you look down one time.
I mean,
one misstep. Yeah. There was no harness.
No.
And it was way up there. It had to be fake, right?
Right. There's just, I don't know. But we've had people call up and say, "Yeah, $1 million."
No problem.
They do it. Like,
no, I saw some of the posts.
No way.
Bring it. Let's do it.
Yeah, you guys are all brave until something actually happens, until the Huskers lose and you got to broadcast on top of a billboard. You're all brave until that happens. Rolling into 2020, want to thank Kugler Vision for supporting our podcast, the Pat and JT podcast.
They've been with us practically from the beginning, and couldn't be happier to be associated with them and all the great things that they're doing. Dr. Kugler and the entire staff, they're just first class people in general, but first class facility, no doubt. They lead the pack really when it comes to the technology, when it comes to having those procedures done that are going to completely change the way you see everything. Pat and I both had procedures done, and I only wish I'd done it sooner. And a lot of people, I think, stay away from it because they're a little nervous about it.
They don't know what it's all about. So
Right.
you can go to their website, you can go in, you can get a consultation. We were in the office just the other day and walking through there, you're reminded as how streamlined the process is, how non-intimidating it is, and how at the end of it, you're going to get a cookie, a delicious cookie.
They do. Right when you walk in the front door. As a matter of fact, Corey was at the desk, and she gets you checked in, and whoever you're there to see, and the doctors there really know their stuff.
And more information, if you are maybe just thinking about for the very first time getting any sort of procedure like that, there's so much information on kuglervision.com. You can go there and you can find out everything. You can schedule your consultation.
Yeah.
You can find out about all the different procedures they offer, and then you can go in and find out if you're a candidate.
That's what a lot of people don't realize, too, is there's not just one procedure that you can have done. I think there's 7.
7, yeah.
And depending on what your eyes require, they run you through a battery of tests, and then they tell you these are your options. And then you let them kind of guide you as to what is going to benefit you the most for the long run. And we're excited to be working with them this year because obviously it's 2020.
Right. So there, this, and if you're thinking about this at all, ever, this is the universe telling you you're in 2020. Maybe you can see as close to 2020 as possible. So this is the time you need to go into Kugler Vision.
Absolutely. And remember this, promo code PatentJT 2020. But check in at their website at kuglervision.com for more details.
And thank you, Kugler Vision.
All right. Remember we were talking too about being the kind of parent that yells at your kid or not. We have a couple of responses to that. We heard from our girl Heidi too about this, as a matter of fact, and we're going to hold on to her just for a second. A couple of things for you. Actually, I'm going to step back one further before we get to that part. The hoverboard, which jarred the memory of our buddy small guy, Danelle, said, "Hey, Pat, I remember that I connected you with the hoverboard seller. Is that when we first made contact?"
Yeah, it would have been. Yeah, because we were talking about wanting one, and they were impossible to get. And this guy ended up being a great situation.
Yeah.
I bought it from a great dude. But Danelle, no offense, but like when you first hear they're all sold out, but hey, I know a guy who sells them out of the back of a barber shop. You think they're either hot or what? They weren't.
And as it turned, it really was out of the back of a barber shop.
Legit was out of the back of a barber shop. Like you had to walk through the barber shop and go back and
to
get a
the
whole
secret
bunch.
room.
Yeah,
yeah, and it made quite an impression on Bennett.
it did. Yeah, yeah.
That's funny. And he also remembered we were talking about the kids acting like they were the kids throwing snowballs in Michigan, I think it was, and one of the kids got shot, or both the kids got shot, 12, 13 years old, because somebody got hit by that, and they didn't know what they got hit by, and Lord knows you don't know who you're throwing that snowball at.
Yeah.
And depending on the neighborhood, he says, I remember throwing exit cars at night at my old house in Ohio. And glad I didn't get shot.
Oh man, we used to do that too. Stupid stuff you do when you're kids. Stupid stuff.
You don't think about it because on the one side it seems you're just looking at it from one side. It's just fun to try to hit a target, and you don't realize.
And you're a dumb kid.
So
Stupid things make sense when you're dumb and young.
So going back to yelling at kids, things like that. Regarding and do you use their middle name? Do you use all the names, right? So Bossy RN, she chimed in regarding names. The only thing she was sure to do is make sure the initials didn't spell anything bad or spell out anything with name changes. And I also had to see how it sounded when I yelled it. That was another one.
Got to sound aggressive.
You've got to, when you're thinking about names, what are the initials going to spell? Is it going to be something that's going to just traumatize the kid for the rest of their lives?
Yeah.
Is it something you would want monogrammed on your jacket? I saw one of the VAG cars the other day.
Yeah, I saw a vag too.
How did that pass the focus group? That they have other 3 letters that they don't allow. There's no ASS cars.
Right. But yet they'll have a vag. But okay, that aside, if it is approved, I'm not leaving the DMV with a vag. I'm not. I will not.
I
will raise my hand and say, I'm not going to take this. I need to reshuffle. I'm not.
Say what you want about me. Call me what you will. I don't care. I'm not driving that car. And I don't understand how that passed muster. I don't understand that.
I can see VJJ. I've seen a VJJ. But I can see how that can pass because not everybody knows what Oprah called a VJJ, right?
That's a little different.
Vag, no way.
There are plenty of other 3-letter words that didn't pass.
I even think HIV shouldn't be there. I saw an HIV.
You did?
Yeah, I've seen an HIV.
I don't think that should either. I don't think so.
Yeah.
I don't think so either. But anyway, so Heidi, she jumped in on the conversation because she was listening to the podcast about names, naming your kids, things you got to think about when you're naming, yelling them out loud to see what they sound like, making sure that they fit a kid and also fit an adult. Because you got some names that just don't ever grow up. You got some names that it's going to lead you to possibly your profession. There's a really good
stripper, criminal, whatever. Heidi texted in and said, I also do not use my kids' middle names. And coincidentally, I'm not the heavy-hitting disciplinarian in our house. And I just
Which
wrote back,
I thought that was
like,
hilarious.
just the world needs us, the passive, non-yeller
Right.
parents. Because then it makes the other person that yells more like, more intense. It's a team. It's a team. It's a yin and there's a yang.
So
She goes, no,
you
wait.
want to be the favorite.
If cuss word could be considered a middle name, then the boys both share the same middle name. I totally get that.
So you say like, Jill, blankety blank.
Blank, dang it. D word. Yeah, that's what you say.
I like that too. Okay, I get that. And you also, I thought it was really funny though when she came back and said just wanted a point of what do you want to call it? Grammatical point, maybe? No, it wasn't grammatical. Anyway, she said strip club should be called Spice Racks for obvious reasons.
Which I didn't pick up on that at first because we talked about Spice Rack would be a great name for a strip club, and she said Spice Racks. I just thought she was reiterating that. I didn't catch the S.
Spice Racks.
Yeah, so that's very, very true. And I love her.
I suppose you don't want to say what you wrote back.
I don't care.
No, don't.
I'm down.
Don't.
Really?
I like your angle investor though. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, angle. I hate angle angel.
Angle,
It's one of those
angel.
words that unless I write it out, I still mess it up all the time.
Anyway, she said that now her colleagues are involved in the Spice Racks discussion and trying to come up with good names because you threw out a list of names.
These are just some. I just Googled spices, names of spices, because spices would be great for any. Almost every spice could be a stripper. We've got saffron, nutmeg.
I don't know if I want to be nutmeg.
Well, there's a market for nutmeg. Mace, star anise, which is my favorite.
An acquired taste.
I don't know what I've never heard.
Mace doesn't sound good either. Wait a minute.
No,
What?
I know. Let's see.
Anise.
A star anise. 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 Whatever. Asphedia.
I've never heard of it before.
I haven't either, but that's a great stripper name.
Tadia?
Turmeric, caraway,
Turmeric, yeah.
cardamom, clove, and ginger. That's just a few.
Oh my God.
Yeah.
Clove and ginger. Okay, so that's great. So she said, where'd it come? They're having their discussion there, and they said one of her colleagues said, "I'd hate to be brown mustard."
Well, I don't know.
I don't know.
So then I'm bored and I'm thinking, okay, let's look up some more spices. So I found long pepper. That's the token male employee. And then dried chives is the senior citizen dancer.
Again, acquired taste.
Let's welcome dried chives to the main stage. Takes her about 8 minutes to get up there, but she's on her way.
You have to be really careful what your entry song is for that. What's her walk up? What's her walk up?
I don't know what it'd be, but that's funny.
It had to be long.
Come on, there.
Either that, or she starts going up when the other person's already going up.
Right.
So they'll go up
She
together.
starts halfway through brown mustard's final set. As soon as Pour Some Sugar on Me comes on for brown mustard, that's when dried chive starts waddling up there. I'm telling you, I would go to that strip club all the time.
Too bad they tore down the 20s, right?
Yep.
There was a business opportunity there.
That's funny.
Anyway, so there you go.
That was a fun one.
Well, what can I say? Still to come. I will tell you this in episodes, in the next three episodes. We do have another Fugitive Friday we're going to get out there. Also, the Duke and Duchess debacle.
I love this story.
And Jussie Smollett.
He's back in the news again.
Mm-hmm. Juicie's back in the news.
Love it. We're so glad you guys text us and slide into our DMs. 402-403-9478. Thank you for listening to our podcast, subscribing, rating, reviewing to It's Pat and JT.
Pat and JT Podcast. A Parkville Media Production.